Shalom, I'm back again with precepts about coming into the truth. This is part 2. My name is Ahmad from the GMS, the End is Near 2 camp. All praises to Yahawah, Sham, Yahawashi, double honor to the elders, a great millstone. Shalom to all the Akim, labor in the true sincerity. So the next scripture I have is the book of Romans, chapter 14, verse 5. Oh shit, slide. So it says, one man esteemeth one day above another, another esteemeth every day alike. Let every man be fully persuaded in his own mind. So, the point of that was, let every man be fully persuaded in their own mind, because at the end of the day, you have people that believe different things or whatever. But at the end of the day, you can't force somebody to believe in what you believe. They have to be, just like you may have, and on the highways and byways, you may run into people that stop and listen and they agree with what you're saying, but, you're trying to exhort them to, go out on the highways and byways, keep the laws to the best of their ability, stop getting shape-ups, stop, transgressing the dietary laws, start conducting yourself in a godly manner. But you can't force this on anybody. It's like the scripture says, let every man be fully persuaded in his own mind. So they gotta come to that conclusion, or they gotta make that oath, basically covenant with the Most High, and do what the Most High calls them to do. You can't force somebody to do something, or nag somebody or whatever, because ultimately it's up to them to basically do it. So that's pretty much it for that. It's pretty straightforward. So the next scripture is Ecclesiastes 12:1. Ecclesiastes 12:1. It said, "Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them." So it said, remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. So, you're supposed to remember the Most High, Yahawah, Sham, Yahawashi, when you're young. When you're young, really when you're young, you know what I'm saying? But, basically it's like early, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to, like, you got a lot of Israelites who, they'll live their life in lasciviousness, which is basically undisciplined sin. And then, when you get old, you'll see, just like how when you go to the church, you'll see a lot of older so-called black women or Hispanic women or whatever, they'll be like whores or whatever their whole life. But then when they get old, when they know that the evil days are coming, basically, that's when they want to, get right or whatever. But the Most High wants you to get right in your youth. He wants you to remember him in his youth. So it says, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. Yeah, it's pretty much the point. So the thing is, you want to basically remember Yahawah, Sham, Yahawashi in your youth while you're young. You don't want to wait. You don't want to basically tarry or procrastinate, when it comes to coming to the Most High. Like the scripture that says, roughly paraphrasing, make no tarrying to come to the Lord. Matter of fact, let me see if I can get that real quick. Slocky. So like, bear with me for a second. I got some low data right now. Well, I mean, it's like, I'm sorry. I'll just go back to the scripture. This is like kind of taking too long. You know, you can look it up for yourself, but the point is, the scripture says, you know, make no tarrying to come to the Most High. So you don't want to, you know, prolong or drag your feet when it comes to coming to serving the Most High. So this is 2 Timothy 3:15. And that from a child thou hast known the holy scriptures, which are able to make thee wise unto salvation through faith, which is in a Mashiach Yahawashi. So, you know, when you first come into the truth, you know, you want to learn, you want to get to know, you know, the spirit of Yahawah Sham Yahawashi, and because it can make you wise into salvation. Why? Because you have the name of the Most High. Why? Because you build up your faith. Why? Because you have the Spirit will give you grace, which is favor that the Most High gives to the Israelites to build themselves up in the knowledge of Him, which will make them, you know, able to basically receive salvation. All right, through the faith which is in Hamashiach Yahawashi. Which the word Hamashiach, when I see the word Christ, I'm saying Hamashiach, because that's in Hebrew, that's how you would say anointed. And then Yahawashi, which we know there's no J in the Hebrew alphabet. We know the word Jesus is in the KJV, 1611 KJV, it would be Izus, which we know would translate to saves. So basically in the Hebrew, the word Joshua means saves or deliver. So that's basically why we say the name Yahawashi, because that's how you would say the name in the Hebrew. So this is Proverbs chapter 13. Proverbs chapter 13, verse 20. It says, he that walketh with wise men shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed. And you know, who's the wise? The wise are the elect of the nation of Israel. Or you know, the men, as the scriptures say, you know, in Colossians, put on as the elect of the Most High. So the brothers that are putting on as the elect of the Most High, you know, they're playing the role of the elect, because, you know, we don't know who the elect is until the elect is basically chosen. So, you know, you want to basically act as if you're the elect. So it says, he that walketh with wise men shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed. And who are the fools? The fools, let's look at the word fools real quick. See what fool, stupid fellow, dullard, simpleton, arrogant one. All right, so you know that's saying simple and plain who the fools are. But it says the fools shall be destroyed. And what's the fools? The 2/3 of our people that reject the knowledge of Yahawah Sham Yahawashi. All right, so it's Ecclesiastes chapter 1, verse 18. It said, for in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth knowledge increaseth sorrow. So basically it said, for in much wisdom is much grief, because it's like, you know, the more that you know in this truth, the more, you know, it's gonna grieve you. Like the word grief. It's like, let me look that up real quick. Anger, vexation, provocation. Like it says in well, I'll read this and I'll go to that scripture. It says, for much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth knowledge increaseth sorrow. Because the more you know about what was done to our people, the more angry and vexed it's gonna make you. Like the majority of our people, you know, they're just simpletons or foolish, like we were just reading. That's why, you know, they don't feel any type way, you know what I'm saying? Just say like when they get around Edomites, so-called white people, or the other nations, they don't feel, you know, uncomfortable or something like that. You know, they just feel like at home or something because they don't really understand. You know, just like, you know, coming into the truth, once you know certain things, just like I do like contracting work, right? When I get around Edomites or whatever, I would feel some type of way. I would think about, you know, are they trying to take advantage of me, or are they trying to not pay me what I'm worth? You know what I mean? Are they, you know, they may make little snide jokes and stuff like that. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? You become aware of these things. You know what I mean? They may act as if they're above you or something like that. You know, these are things that I take into consideration or think about. You know, but the scripture Ecclesiastes 7:7, it says, surely oppression maketh the wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. So it says, surely oppression maketh the wise man mad. And why is it, you know, why would you be mad? It's because you know the things that were done to our people. You know that we're still being oppressed. We gotta work for these devils. We gotta pay taxes. We gotta, you know, they put the wicked women of our nation over us, or give them power to basically help, you know, oppress us. And you know, this is something that basically, you know, vexes our spirit. You know, we can't, you know, teach our children what we would want to, the way that we would want to. You know what I mean? We're at the bottom of the totem pole, so to speak. So that's something that vexes our spirit. But it says a gift destroyeth the heart, and a gift will be like, you know, something like a lot of our people, you know, they are basically a bribe or whatever. I guess you could say like a bribe. So they would be bribed with something. They would kind of forget about, you know, the oppression that they're going through, whether it be a college degree, whether it be a certain position of power in a company or a job or whatever. It says surely oppression maketh the wise man mad. So, you know, that's basically, you know, that's basically the point on that. He's on this side. It says, 2 Corinthians 'Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.'" You know, and being, you know, in the truth, you know, we become wise to, you know, the things that are basically going on and taking place in the society. So what are some of his devices? You know, so-called Satan, you know, uses women. He uses, you know, bribes, just like I just said. You know, uses, you know, things in this society that you know, people uphold or whatever, you know, or things that he knows we desire to want, you know. So these are things, but in being in the truth, we know this, so we know how to protect ourselves, you know. It's like how you have, you know, like a boxer or whatever. They know the tactics of their enemy or their opponent, so they know how to you know, how to you know, defend themselves or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're a boxer and you know your opponent, they you know, they're like a high volume puncher or something like that, so you may, you know, train more with defense, or, you know, be in shape, or, you know, train how to you know, fight from the outside, or block, or whatever, what have you. You know what I'm saying? You know what, you know how you would know how to defend yourself, basically. Micah, it's the book of Micah. It's like Micah 7:6. It says, for For the son dishonoreth the father, the daughter riseth up against her mother, the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. A man's enemies are the men of his own house. So meaning, like, in the truth, you're gonna have people, like, just say, like, if you live with your family, or say, like, if you live with your woman, for example, a lot of times you would have it to where they may not believe what you believe or be in the truth. So it's like they're kind of like your enemy. They're gonna be doing things to like sabotage you. They're gonna be doing things to hinder what you do. You know what I mean? Just say, like, for example, like, we're in the holiday of Christmas. I mean, around that so-called holiday, that so-called holiday, and people, like, some brothers I know, their baby mom or whoever they live with, they might have brought a Christmas tree. They might try to get them to, celebrate it in certain ways that they normally wouldn't do. So that's an example of what I'm talking about. So you gotta be, you gotta have this in mind and be prepared, to how to, handle the situation. Hebrews. Yeah, it's Hebrews chapter 5, verse 12. Hebrews chapter 5, verse 12. Yeah, it's Hebrews chapter 5, verse 12. It says, for the time ye ought to be teachers, ye have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracle of God, and are become such as have need of milk and not of strong drink. So, what I mean? When you come into the truth, you eventually want to get on a level to where you're able to break down, scriptures, deeper scriptures. But when you come into the truth, you have to learn the basics first. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't learn the basics, you're not gonna be a good teacher. You gotta learn these things first, so that you will be able to teach, other men also, as the scriptures say. So I guess I'll stop it there. Shalom.